When you're coaching children in order to help them plan and review their homework better, it's really useful sometimes to have a big picture view of what their homework process is. So we use this worksheet when we're coaching students, and essentially we tell them that whenever we do our homework, we're going to plan. And plan stands for preview, list, act, next steps. So that means that we review the next steps. What do we need to do next? So we start at the top of the worksheet and we simply say, here we are sitting preparing to do your homework. Let's take a current snapshot of what it is that we need to do today. So that they might have a math assignment, a spelling assignment, and maybe a little social studies assignment. And so we say, let's take a picture. You could even do this with your iPhone if you wanted. Let's take a current snapshot of what our tasks are today. Then we want to have a big picture goal. So a big picture goal is, where does that fit into all the other ways that you're going to be successful in school this year? So your big picture goal might be, as an example, in math, you want to achieve 80% proficiency. Or in social studies, you want to make sure that you turn in every homework assignment. So when you're helping children learn how to sequence out tasks in order to plan, initiate, execute, review, and revise, it's helpful for the students to know that their current snapshot, their current activity is always laying on top of or is a part of the big picture goal of their academic success this year. Now, we use lots of different worksheets. Rebecca Comizio has made some worksheets in 70 Play Activities. I also like to use Peg Dawson's book, which is right next to me, Coaching Students with Executive Skills Deficits. There's another great book by Carolyn Gottschall called Executive Functions Training. So there are many different worksheets that you can use. Sarah Ward and her team at Cognitive Connections has great worksheets as well, and academic planners. But what we do is, before we're working on those worksheets, we say, right now, let's do our plan. Let's really preview what we're going to do, list out what we're going to do, then we'll take action, and then we're going to look at our next steps so that we can review and revise. So once we've taken a snapshot, because being visual and imagining, what will be a successful outcome today, once we've done that, then we say, okay, we're about to start your homework. Let's write today's plan. And in these 3 columns, you're doing your planning. What will I do? All right, so that's where you're going to write down, I have this assignment in math, I have this assignment in social studies, I have this assignment in, let's say, spelling. Then you're going to say, when will I do it? All right, because we know that children with executive function uniquenesses often don't know how to imagine how much time an activity will truly take and then allocate that time. So this is where you're going to assist them with some of the chunking skills that we've talked about previously. You're going to say, okay, well, let's pick your math assignment. That's going to be your hardest one. And then let's talk about when will we do that in order to finish it and go on to the easier tasks. So we're going to actually help them imagine today when they're going to make time and allocate time in order to execute their homework. And then you're going to say to them, what will you need? Because how often do you sit down with the beautiful children to coach them and they haven't gone online to get the worksheet, or they don't know the password online, or they didn't bring the homework home, or the book is at school or at their friend's house. So we've got to really be looking at what you're going to do, when you're going to do it, and what you're going to need to do it. And then on the right-hand side of the sheet, we've got what I did. Did you check off all the different steps of what you were doing? And how did it go? So I looked for a neutral face to put in the middle, but I couldn't find one. So I left a little space, because sometimes there are pros and cons to the homework experience. And those things that went well, we want to replicate and do more of. And those things that didn't go well, we want to make a plan in order to make that feel better. All right. And then at the bottom, you say, well, what are you going to do next? What are your next steps? So this is the activity that we do when we're planning, previewing, sequencing out homework so that we can be more successful and actually have a lot more fun building our competency skills and feeling successful at doing our homework. So that's our little sheet for you today. Hope it's helpful to you.